I gotta tell you, I love this opening theme music. You are watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Harsha Bhogle and Simon Doull. Well, we had Mumbai winning the toss and choosing to bat first. And if you gentlemen remember, we were talking about this whole 50-50 thing, right? So this innings has been kind of like a 50-50-50 thing, right? Approximately 50 in the power play, 50 in the back five, and 50 in the middle overs. I'm using a little bit of creative accounting here, as you would understand. It's a little up and down, but that's the basic gist of it, right, Simon?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about how crucial that new ball is when it's coming onto the bat, when it's sliding on. You've got to make the most of that first 4, 5, 6 overs, which Mumbai did beautifully. 53 without loss after the power play. That's a great start. Ball was skidding on quite nicely. It seemed a little bit easier to hit. And then all of a sudden, it's like the air is taken out of the ball. It dries up and it becomes really difficult to score. And you think about that 50 almost in the last 4 overs. I mean, it was only brought about because of those 2 sixes at the back end. I mean, 12 off the last 2 balls. Prior to that, it was tough going. And this is just the story of Chennai, isn't it? What will we see tonight from the team batting second? Time will tell.
It's a tricky total, Harsha, isn't it? I mean, Hyderabad is going to be looking at that 150 and they're going to be thinking, wait a second, how did we let them get to this magic number? Because they were stifling them good and proper.
3 big hits, 3 sixes, one of Mujib and 2 of Bhuvi at the end. The 2 that Simon talked about, there was one of Mujib earlier from Pollard. But look at even the players who got runs. Quinton de Kock, 40 of 39. When was the last time you saw Quinton de Kock get 40 of 39? Look at Ishan Kishan. Could not put bat to ball, man. 12 of 21.
Yep.
Ishan Kishan was at a doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Jogi doppelganger. Whatever. But what happens after 6, 7? Did Mumbai get overcautious? I just wonder whether Mumbai thought, keep wickets. We need a set player going into the end. Or it become really difficult. Because if it did become difficult, then 150 is a good score. I mean, 150 is not a daunting score. You're not scared of 150. But
Hyderabad is.
You never know. Today might be the day.
I mean, after
today, though.
Yeah, after those botched chases, right? They're looking at that and going, all right, we could have got them to much closer to run a ball. And Karen Pollard, again, the miss, Simon. I mean, 9 balls into the innings. Vijay Shankar's bowled so well, gets the catch, real dolly catch in the outfield, drops it, and he makes them pay after that. I mean, I think he was at 18 at that time and finished at 35.
Yeah, and you cannot drop key players. And Vijay Shankar generally a very good fielder. So but that's after bowling really well, he could have just capped his night off already with a good catch. And that might have made the difference. It might have only been 139, 140, which is a lot. I mean, 10 runs, it doesn't seem like a huge amount. But when you're chasing 150 instead of chasing 139, 140, it makes a massive difference. The key for Hyderabad will be the start. If they can't get to that 55, 60 in the power play, I think they are just going to struggle. Mumbai have got the bowlers, they've got the nous, they've got everything about them to restrict through that middle and back end, I think. So it's going to come down to David Warner and Johnny Bairstow. Can they get the job done inside that power play? If they can, Hyderabad are every chance.
It's a great point, Simon. But Harsha, if I just add to that, what also Mumbai has is they seem to have, and it accounts for something. It's an intangible, but that champion mentality, right? Which you have, you just know how to win from improbable situations.
Yeah, but and which is true because they just seem to have the players to come and deliver. Like the other day, Krunal Pandya comes in, bowls 16 and 18 and changes the game. So they've got the players to deliver. Bumrah comes in and bowls a dream 19th over. So as I said, they've got the players. But Dooley's point is valid, but I think it's a double-edged sword. You want to get, look at how this innings progression has been. So you need to get 50 plus in the first 6 overs. But in going 50 plus, you'll have to take a chance. If Warner bears to get out in those first 6, then suddenly there's nothing left. I mean, that would be rude. There's not as much left. These are the 2 pedigreed batsmen. Beyond that, you've got Manish Pandey, Vijay Shankar, you've got young Virat Singh, you've got those kind of players. But there's nobody there. I mean, Warner Bairstow batting at 55 for no loss, Mumbai's concerned.
Yeah, we'll pull up the batting order, and there's a lot of changes today in the Hyderabad team, so it'll be a good refresher. for all the viewers as well. And that's what we're talking about. There's Warner and Bairstow at the top. Of course, there's no question about their pedigree and their opening partnership, and they've done enough to sort of write their name in the stars. And then you have Manish Pandey, who, I mean, it's also a pitch where you're seeing everyone is struggling, and he's also been struggling to go over that runner ball strike rate. And there's 2 chases that he hasn't been able to finish, even though he was there in a lot. So that could be playing on his mind as well, because there's a lot of chatter about that. And then there's a fair bit of inexperience in Virat Singh, Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad. And you have Vijay Shankar in there, who's played a bit, but he's not really, don't remember too many sort of chases that he's lit up with his bat. I don't know, Simon, just pull up Rashid Khan at 3, man. Come on. I love watching him bat. He's such a character. Let him pull out a few little helicopters and see if we can get them closer.
Oh, the innings from Corin Pollard, okay, and this is how I see these sort of games progressing at Chennai at the moment. If you get a good start, which is what Mumbai got, okay, through Rohit and through Quinton de Kock, they got a decent start. Now, when you're chasing that 150, if you're getting off to a good start, if Bairstow and Warner are able to get to that 45, 50, 55 inside the power play, then, like the Pollard innings, it takes 1 innings only. It doesn't take 2 or 3 from that middle order. It takes a Shankar, a Manish Pandey, a Samad, a Virat to get 30 off 18, 20, 25 off 11 or 12 balls. That's kind of all it takes to win you that game then. And the others can bat around. You'll get a 15, a 10, a 12. That will be okay. But if you're off to a poor start and you're asking those guys to have to score at 8, 9 and over from around about the 7th, 8th, 9th, it just becomes too difficult, and the spinners then take over.
With simple arithmetic, look at what Dooley's just told you. 55 of 36, that's a difference of 19 between runs and balls. And you get someone who makes 30 of 19 at the end, that's 11 difference. And that's what 150 from 120 is. Everyone else scores at run a ball. So today, if Warner tees off, then a 50 or 40 balls from Manish Pandey in a supporting role is invaluable. Provided someone is teed off at the other end. If someone hasn't teed off and he has to finish, then it's not a great innings. If they're 35 for 2, then 50 or 40 balls is not a great innings.
Who are you also going after, right? I mean, if you look at let's have a look at the Hyderabad bowling first and see what they've done. Today, of course, the most expensive, which is just shocking, has been Bhuvi. Just like you talk about Sky bowling on a different surface, batting on a different surface, looked like Bhuvi was bowling on a different surface. Not very often that you see him going for 45 or 4 with no wickets. Khalil, on the other hand, comes into this game because Natarajan has a bit of a niggle. And Khalil has got 4 overs, 24 and 1 wicket. Well, 12 dot balls there. Mujib, I think you remember Mujib for that. Just 1 big 6 that Pollard hit off him. I can't get that. I think that was 8. I think that 29 should read 31. That was an 8. That wasn't a 6, Harsha. That was an 8.
That was 10.
That was 10, yes. So it should be 33 perhaps. And then, of course, Rashid, super safe, 4 overs, 22 runs. I mean, you're going to take him, you literally take him to the bank every time. And as Simon had said during the Combox, teams are just happy to play Rashid out for just not giving him any wickets. And just say, run a ball of Rashid, we'll take that. Just don't give him any wickets. And that's exactly what he's done. And Vijay Shankar was a real bonus for them today. Bowled, I don't think you can call it off pace again because that's just the pace he was bowling at. He was 3 overs, 19 and picked up those 2 wickets. And Abhishek Sharma, that 1 tight over, which was the last over of the power play. Now,
the changes worked. The changes worked.
Khalil was doing this.
Yeah, a lot of off-speed from Khalil, but the changes that they made to the team worked. Obviously, we didn't know at the time, at the start of the match, that Natarajan had a niggle. So we've learnt that post the start. So that's a fair enough change then. But bringing Mujib in, it's worked. 2 for 29. Abhishek with his 1 tight over. So the changes that they've made so far have actually worked for Hyderabad.
Can that happen, though, in their chase as well? They're up against a good bowling attack. Solid bowling attack, which is just sees 1 change from their previous 2 games where Marco Jansen sits out and Adam Mill comes in their place. But there you go. Otherwise, I mean, look at you're getting sheer pace, right? From Bolt, you're getting from Bolt, Mill, Jasprit Bumrah. Of course, these are, all 3 top-class quick bowlers. Then you've got Rahul Chahar and Krunal Pandya. Who give you the spin option. And then if you can get anything out of Pollard, Pollard would be looking at this. He's seen the bowling that's come at him. He's seen the surface. He's high on confidence after, that 35 knock with 3 big 6s. Those are the kind of nights when you want the ball and say, all right, Skip, give me an over or 2. Let me see what's going on.
No, dare I say it, will they target Trent Bolt, do you think? up at the start. If he doesn't get swing, he's bowling the swinging length. But if he doesn't get the swing, maybe go after Bolt a little bit, because Dooley said that Milne bowls this ball pretty well too, taking pace off. I don't know if they've got 2 overs from Hardik. Otherwise, if you target one bowler, Pollard is straight away your 6th bowler. And Pollard's not going to give you 2 overs for 9. Rarely. Pollard will give you 7, 8, or 6, 7. He'll give you 2 overs for 15. So if they target one bowler...
Yeah. The key matchup will be Bolt. I think Bolt on Warner, Bolt on Bairstow, swinging the ball back in to Bairstow, away from Warner. That'll be the key matchup. We'll know it in the first 6 balls, what they want to do with Trent Bolt. As far as Warner's concerned, I presume he'll take strike, and he'll look to pounce on anything that's slightly wide or slightly full early on. And with that newish ball skidding on, it's going to be the first 2-3 overs. We'll get a real indication of where this game's going to go, I think.
You think that you get an over a spin in the power play, an over or 2 perhaps?
At least one, probably from Krunal.
So here's something interesting that Vijay Shankar has said. He said there was good pace, but it was sitting up nicely when we bowled at normal speed. And so the change-ups worked for us. He said it's important to bat out 20 overs. It still looks a good wicket. But if you bowled normal pace, it was sitting up to be hit. If you took pace off, it was okay.
What is normal pace?
Normal pace?
There's the normal pace you're getting from Mumbai's 3 quick bowlers is very different from the normal pace that perhaps Vijay Shankar is talking about. There's about a 15 kmph difference there, perhaps. But if Trent Bolt and Bumrah, if their normal pace balls are sitting up and waiting to be hit, boy, they'd like that on the Chennai surface, wouldn't they, Simon? I mean, the batters would love that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll see some normal pace up front. We won't see too much change of pace, I don't think, from Trent Bolt early on. Might try the short ball, try and ruffle some feathers. We did see Khalil get a couple through nicely. So expect him to try and swing it, go back of a length if he needs to early on. But they will be looking for 1 or 2 wickets inside the first 4 or 5, Mumbai. And if they can pick up both these openers, I think game done. If they bat through to the 6th over, every chance that Sunrisers can get it right.
This is what we're going to do before we wrap, because we all got our predictions horribly wrong in the first innings. So let's try to go for the power play score. What will they be? What will Hyderabad be at the end of the power play? Let's see if we can do that.
41.
41. Good guess, sir. Good guess. 41.
I think they're going to go for it. They're going to try. They might end up with a really low score, but I believe they will try and go for it. So I'll say 55.
Excellent. So then I can sit at 47, and then we spread it out. And the way things have been going,
you must have a point of view of your own. No, you can't just say, okay, he said, I'll sit in between. You must have a point of view of your own also.
My point of view is, when you've got 2 great thinkers, you just take the middle part between them. You take the average.
One forward, one tukka man.
Just absolutely. Trust me. So here's what I'm doing. I'm actually using probability, right? I'm just saying that I feel like it doesn't matter whether we get it right or not. One person has to get this prize, because it's just sitting here, right? It's just sitting here looking at me, and it's a big one today. I don't want to tell you what it is, but it's a big one, right? So I want one of us to get it. That's why I've said 47, because
you're not going to give it anyway.
Spread becomes nice.
You'll claim the lockdown and not give it anyway.
Well, I will try it. I mean, it is an essential. So let's see if I can get it delivered. But you guys in a bio bubble, so maybe it won't happen. I don't know. Let's see. We'll get to that when we get to it. I just hope one of us gets it right. Right now, it's time for us to get out of here. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. What is Harsha and Simon for that one? Oh, that's disappointing. I wanted to do it. No,
it's my dinner time. It's my dinner time. How about you two do it, eh?
So, sir, what are we kettle of fish? No dinner for us. What happened? So it's going to be just Harsha alone, because Simon and me are going to be having dinner. Thank you so much. You were watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle. I'm Gaurav Kapur. Big thank you to Simon Doull and Harsha Bhogle. See you in a bit.